CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We begin with breaking news. 2 people were rushed to the hospital. They escaped a house fire in Wilton Manors. Chopper 4 over the home on Northwest 21st Street. You can see flames and smoke coming from the roof of the house. Crews are still putting out that fire. Again, 2 people are hurt and 2 pets are missing. We're going to have a live report coming up tonight at 5. Now to the Vatican and St. Peter's Basilica. Pope Francis's body is lying in state. Mourners from around the world have been pouring in to pay their respects. Here is what is expected in the coming days. The Pope's coffin will likely remain in St. Peter's Basilica until Friday. The Vatican is considering extending visits until midnight on Friday. His funeral scheduled for Saturday. The following 2 weeks will revolve around selecting a new pope to lead the Roman Catholic Church. Pope Francis said he wanted to be remembered as a simple disciple of Christ. CBS News Miami's Tina Kraus is in the Vatican. She has a look at the modest procession in his honor.
Tens of thousands of mourners from around the world are streaming into St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City to say a final farewell to Pope Francis.
There's kind of just a mixture of emotions.
He was such a beloved leader.
Bells tolled Wednesday as Francis's body was moved to the 16th century Catholic Church from his residence at Casa Santa Marta. How long did you wait to see the Pope?
Like 2 hours or more.
This family from Mexico had just landed in Rome for vacation Monday when they heard of the Pope's passing.
He was a really nice person to everyone and a big inspiration.
In a solemn procession, pallbearers carried Francis's simple wooden coffin through St. Peter's Square, the same journey he made on Easter Sunday, hours before he died. Unlike his predecessors, the body of Pope Francis is not elevated in St. Peter's Basilica behind me. Instead, it's facing the pews as close to the people as possible in death, just as he wanted it in life. In 2022, Francis wrote he wanted to keep his funeral modest and be remembered as a simple disciple of Christ.
Pope Francis has made it clear that he does not wish to be buried at St. Peter's Basilica.
On Friday evening, a veil will be placed over the Pope's face and his coffin will be closed ahead of Saturday's funeral. In a break from tradition, Pope Francis will be laid to rest at St. Mary Major, a church he visited more than 100 times during his papacy. Tina Kraus, CBS News, the Vatican.
We will have special live coverage of the funeral of Pope Francis on CBS Miami. It starts at 4 a.m. on Saturday, April 26th.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And a beautiful day across South Florida, but the wind is still a concern, Ivan.
Still a concern because it's, pointed in our direction here coming in out of the east, and that has continued to elevate the rip current threat and hasn't changed today. In fact, this continues until we get into the weekend, hopefully come down a little bit. As far as the forecast, this goes through tomorrow as well. Rip current threat, high today, high tomorrow, and we have waves now 2 to 3 feet. So that's not the issue. Again, it's the undercurrent. So make sure you follow that closely, as we're going to continue to see that threat through the end of the week and perhaps even into the early part of the weekend before things begin to calm down a little bit. As far as the rest of the forecast here, some slight shower chances coming tomorrow. It's generally going to be a dry pattern still, but we have a little disturbance with some moisture that I think will get us with about a 20% coverage tomorrow, so that'll be the highest in a while, and it will stay breezy through the end of the week. The winds will come down a little bit, and that's why I'm thinking, we're going to have the potential for those rip current threats to come down a bit. Let's check in on the rain precipitation potential here over the next few days. 20% coverage for tomorrow. It's going to be a mostly dry weekend still. Knock those down to 10% through Saturday and Sunday. And then the models are hinting at a little more moisture to work with here. So with our sea breezes going, I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll likely get back into that 20% rain chance, but for tomorrow at 20%, that is the best, in fact, we've done in a while as far as showers, and I'll show you that, show that to you on the rain tracker as well, so we can plan the day. Just some fair weather clouds today, easterly wind, that's still pushing in our direction, but east of us, right over the Bahamas, it's been raining this morning, and so that's the area we're going to watch as it moves closer to us. In fact, it'll be here tomorrow. It'll likely move through the straits here, and so what that means for you and me is that the Keys will get some wet weather. You can see that there on Rain Tracker, and even isolated showers across Broward and Miami-Dade. I'll slow that down and zoom it in for you, but generally isolated stuff. It's not going to be widespread rain, and not the kind of rain that will accumulate on the ground, unfortunately, because we do need it. As far as the humidity, that's going to be in check. It's not too low, not too high, just about right. And then as far as the rain chances for tomorrow, I think by the afternoon we'll continue to see those beginning to push in across the areas, and that's something we'll be watching for. But I mean, it's not going to be a lot as far as the forecast goes for tomorrow. Thursday and heading into Friday, rain chances between 20 and 10%. We'll keep temperatures average for this time of year is 84, and that's about where we'll be through the weekend. Mid 80s. It'll feel a little bit hotter because of the humidity, so about upper 80s is what it'll feel like outside. And then next week, as I mentioned, some slightly higher rain chances will take it 20% coverage Monday through Wednesday.
Ivan, thank you. A grim twist in a missing persons case. Police say a Miami teen who was reported missing by her father told investigators that she ran away because her father was abusing her. Luis Cruz is charged with child abuse. Police say the 15-year-old told officers that her father punched her face and kicked her in her knee after an argument. She said it happened about 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't the first time. Cruz was arrested yesterday. Police are still searching for suspects in a deadly shooting in Southwest Miami-Dade. Investigators found a man's body near a canal. It's along Southwest 130th Street and 9th Avenue. He was later identified as 35-year-old Gregory Norman. Police say he had a gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital and pronounced dead. The Florida Attorney General is taking on Snapchat. He filed a lawsuit alleging the platform is violating a law. It's aimed at keeping children off social media platforms. The law seeks to prevent children under the age of 16 from opening social media accounts on certain platforms. It would allow parents to give consent for 14 and 15-year-olds to have accounts. The lawsuit seeks an order for Snapchat to stop violations. Penalties could be up to $50,000 for each violation. Broward County is taking steps to block people from booking appointments at the DMV and then selling them for a profit. Commissioners say this is an area where the government has failed to meet the needs of the public. Starting in 2026, county tax collectors will handle driver's license and registrations. Miami-Dade has passed laws to curb similar scalping. When we come back, preparing you for tomorrow's big race in downtown Miami.
I'm Erica Gonzalez. Coming up tomorrow on CBS News Miami Morning Edition, a South Florida father who lost his son in the Parkland school massacre wants to help other parents protect their children. He's going to join us live to explain the new tool that you can use right at your home to keep your kids safe at school. That's tomorrow morning at 6.
President Trump's spat with Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell spooked the markets. After softer tones from the president, investors are now buying. CBS News Miami's Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Stock markets opened sharply up at the start of trading Wednesday following President Trump's shift on Fed Chair Jerome Powell, now saying he has no plans to fire him.
None whatsoever. Never did. The press runs away with things. No, I have no intention of firing him.
But just days ago, the president said this when asked about his social media post saying Powell's termination can't come fast enough.
I'm not happy with him. I let him know it, and if I want him out, he'll be out of there real fast, believe me.
The president also appeared to soften his tone on tariffs, saying the current 145% tariff on goods from China will come down substantially, but not completely.
I'm not going to say, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice. They're going to be very nice. And we'll see what happens, but ultimately they have to make a deal.
The White House says it's setting the stage for negotiations with China, but we don't know of any formal talks scheduled. China's foreign ministry said Wednesday the door to talks is wide open, saying it doesn't wish to fight, but also isn't afraid of fighting.
Intentional policy choices by other countries have hollowed out America's manufacturing sector and undermined our critical supply chains. putting our national and economic security at risk.
Trump advisor Elon Musk told Tesla investors Tuesday that he's voiced opposition to the current tariff strategy and that his work with Doge will be winding down, though said he may still spend a day or two a week on government matters. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Downtown Miami's largest office party is racing into downtown Miami tomorrow, and we want to make sure that you don't get stuck in the closures or backups because of the Lexus Corporate Run. So here's a look at the race route. Hundreds of companies will be taking part, and there will be thousands of runners. We recommend that you stay away from all of downtown Miami tomorrow morning and afternoon. Here's a breakdown of areas to avoid. There are several closures in the heart of downtown and Biscayne Boulevard. Avoid landmarks like Bayside Marketplace and, of course, Bayfront Park. Everyone will be meeting there. If you are heading out to the race or trying to get through downtown Miami, consider taking the Metro Rail. That does it for the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.